All right, and okay, good evening. We are live yet again, looking at more AI cards. New and improved stream. I added a widget thing from Streamlabs. It's supposed to be a progress bar. My goal is to get 1,000 subs. I'm at 812. I don't know if I did the progress bar thing right. I thought the progress bar would be like, there'd be a little progress thing like, halfway through the screen, giving them almost to 1,000. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how these things work. If anybody in the chat knows how these overlays work, let me know. So I can make it more pronounced. Oh, that's too big. Taitala. How's everybody doing today? On the screen, we have our boy, Clumsy Cleric. My favorite, the winner, the MVP of the AI cards last night. The best AI card I think I've ever seen. And today, anytime I made a mistake today, I would just say the flavor text, ouch, I didn't mean to do that. Everything about this card is wonderful. Clumsy Cleric. All right. It said OBS crashed. I don't understand why. All right. Reconnect was successful. What was the point of that? Stream settings, analytics, stream health. Says it's healthy. Chat rate, 0 views. Some people in the comments have expressed interest in joining the lives. I'm going to get better at scheduling these, I swear. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, chat is open. Leave a like if you're on mobile. The like button is can't talk tonight. The 3 dots in the top right hand corner if you're on mobile. If you're on YouTube web browser, the like and subscribe buttons are in their usual place, I believe. Okay, let's get into it. All right, Clumsy Clear. Hey, yo, Oxygen, thanks for joining, my friend. Glad I caught you. I promise I'm going to get better at scheduling these. I'm still putting a lot of stuff together for the lives. Don't worry, I'm going to start scheduling these. You'll see them come up on my channel if you subscribe, hit the bell. You might get a notification. You'll get a notification when it starts, but there's also if you go to my channel page, you'll see click live. It'll show scheduled events that are coming up. I'm thinking maybe do these on weekends, and really time permitting. I'm a relatively new parent with a 5-month-old in my life, so my time is contingent on baby, little Benson. Oxygen, what do we think of Clumsy Cleric here? This was the MVP of last night's stream. This thing is just hilarious. When it attacks, flip a coin. If you win the flip, prevent all damage that Clumsy would deal. If you lose the flip, deals 5 damage to you. So this guy is just useless. I mean, you can block with no conditions. So he's a 1-mana blocker. That's about it. If you have a deck that cares about 1/1 white humans, so maybe Champion of the Parish, he can pump him up. But other than that, this card is garbage. He's a if you want to lose, you can find a way to give this guy infect. And every time you lose coin flips, he does 5 damage to you. So you just got to have 2 attack triggers in 1 turn, lose both coin flips, boom, instant 10 infect damage, ending your own game. Look at this guy's face. He looks like, let's zoom in a bit. He looks like Terry Francona, the former manager of the Red Sox, Cleveland Guardians. That's what I see when I look at this. And these like white things on the left and right of him look like, is it a hood? There's like giant ears. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? It's the little guy at the bottom. This is fine. It's not. It's a terrible card. But this is kind of the early days of AI magic. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that just self-turn kills yourself. I didn't know that. I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh when the first ban list came out, when they banned Ragakai, Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed. All the greatest OP cards from the first generation. Temporal Spell Shaper. For the sake of time, I don't plan on this being a long string. I was up too late last night. I felt it today. I'm going to just pick up where I left off. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I always loved Magic. I never stopped playing Magic back in the early 2000s. Magic kind of went on the back burner as I got more into Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a new thing for me. I liked the show, so I wanted to learn the game. I had fun with it. But when the ban list came out, I just kind of, I guess, grew out of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a little too cartoony, a little too little kid side for me. And I just moved on from it. Okay, creature. Yeah, these things, I don't know what the hell these are supposed to be. This thing looks like an old MS-DOS, computer game card. Ethereum, Garruk's Angel, 2-drop, a 1-drop Selesnya with flying and infect, which is pretty good on the surface. I don't know why Garruk card would have that. It's weird looking curse, Genelope, Goblin Hate. Pick up where, yeah, here we go. This is where we left off. All right, we got Gizmwit, Master of Disguise, Goblin Rogue, additional cost to cast, reveal a creature card from your hand. So you may, it's the additional cost to cast, but reveal. So you could just choose not to reveal, and the additional cost is just negated. We're overthinking this. Has the abilities of all, of the revealed card. That's broken. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Gizmwir, have that spell also target another target of the same type. Same type of card, so if it's a creature. That's pretty good. It's really weird looking. It's more like a monkey than a goblin. I guess those are the goblin ears. It's got a big feather growing out of him. It's like a bunch of assets from generic fantasy melted together, giving us Gizmwit. What do we think here? If nobody's done so already, please hit the like. 10 views, 12 views. Hit the like, people. Let's look at the flavor text. Gizmwit is one step ahead, always in the right place, always with the right disguise. Huh. Well, with a face like that, he should wear a disguise. All right, we'll move on. What do we think of Gizmwit? Glimmer Laser. Laser. Dr. Evil, the quotes. Freaking laser. I like the neon vibe to this. Looks like a card that came out of a Tron movie. For 1 black, draw 2 cards if you control 3 or more artifacts. This is dumb. It's dumb and broken. Very off color. So for 1 black, you just get, if you control 3 or more artifacts, draw 2 cards. I mean, in black, mono black, to cast this, you're going to need 3 artifacts on turn 1. So you could have the artifact lands. You could have a Lotus, Mox. It's doable. Ornithopters, Memnite, the Phyrexian Revoker, that 0-drop 03 from Visions. There's ways to do this. Very off color. Gives black more card draw. Alright, let's move on. Goblin Machinist Workshop. Sack an artifact, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. This actually makes sense. Machinist Workshop, sack an artifact, create a dude. That's pretty good. So get an artifact creature deck. You attack, they don't get through. You can sack, get a dude. So turn 1, you can get an Ornithopter hits the board. You can use this guy. Sack the Ornithopter during your opponent's turn. The fact that this itself has to tap slows it down a lot. But it's a good way to get a rebate. If you attack with an artifact creature, it's going to get chump block and killed, or it's getting targeted removal. You can sack, and you get a guy. What up, Solo? Thanks for coming by. Hit the like, people. Share the link with some friends. Let's get this party going. Let's get to 1,000 subs. 812. We can do it. Gravitational Nexus. It looks like the name. Yeah, there's definitely a better card. So we got a 6 mana, Dimir. Whenever a creature is in the battlefield you control, your opponent loses 1 life. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking Anvil. That would go nicely. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, your opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature leaves the whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, your opponent loses 1 life. Okay. Whenever a creature leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand unless they pay 2 life. The next step, the player lost 4 more life this turn, draw a card. A very conditional artifact enchantment here. Creature leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 2 life. So it goes to the hand unless they pay 2 life. What? What am I missing here? Whenever a creature leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand unless they pay 2 life. At the beginning of each player lost 4 more life this turn, draw a card. Huh. So, a conditional return to hand. Card draw on a gravitational nexus. And leaves the battlefield. Yeah, it's not just dies. That's definitely broken. Yeah. Anti-farewell, all the board wipe removal. That's plaguing. Not be dropping constantly. I have Arena open. Let's close this piece of garbage. I don't have time for that. Get some life back. Close out Discord. Okay, here we go. Alright, gravitational nexus. Well, look at this guy. PG-13. Print it out so I can deal with board wipe. Easy dubs, skill issue, yeah. Check out the recent content on various YouTubers talking about how Arena is rigged. It's been proven that Brawl is rigged in the game log files. Your deck is weighted and being matched up with other decks with a similar weight. Opening hands are definitely rigged. There's bots in Arena. The shit that happens doesn't happen in Arena. Does not happen on paper, I promise. Okay, we got Grazing Shapeshifter. Sack another creature, put a quest counter on it. Why is it grazing? It's not livestock. Remove 3 quest counters. Create a 5/5 black cleric with flying. Sacrifice via the next end step. Why would you do that? It doesn't even have haste. So you're removing counters. Sacking dudes, putting counters. And then create a 5/5 black cleric creature with flying. Holy crap. This thing is a piece of junk. I mean, it's got create 5/5 black cleric. It doesn't have haste. So you can do that during your opponent's turn of the next end step. So do it your opponent's turn. Clumsy Cleric's big brother, I agree. Clumsy, oops. Was that my fault? Whatever the flavor text is. Oh man, is there a website that prints out custom cards? I'm gonna have to get a playset of Clumsy Cleric. I'll send out a playset of Clumsy Cleric to channel subscribers. Remove 3 counters. Yeah, so do your opponent's end step. You get a guy. Yeah, sack fodder. You can steal your opponent's creatures with like act of treason with this guy. Or take, what's that 1-drop red from Eldraine? Gain control of target creature with mana value 3 or less. Steal it, sack it. Quest counters on this idiot over here, Grazing Shapeshifter. So I guess Shapeshifters, it's grazing on other creatures to gain quest counters. It's on a quest to create a 5/5 black cleric with flying. Yeah, this isn't worth it. This juice isn't worth it. Yeah, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Oh boy. Alright. Oh my. What's going on here? Carry on Zombie would be better, I agree. Heretic Sliver, right? Heretic Sliver, it is Heretic. It looks like a plume of smoke. Wait, Heretic Sliver, but it's an elemental. Alright, this is peak AI, people. Multi-kicker, enters the battlefield, it was kicked, return target permanent to its owner's hand. So ETB, 1 drop, pay 2 multiple times with a boomerang effect. This is bad because it's just color pie breaking. You got a mono black card that just boomerang stuff back to people's hands. Multi-kicker as well. So it's doable. There's something you play this guy, play High Tide, get additional blue floating. But it's an elemental. Like, how did it fail this big? Flash. It has flash. I didn't realize that. Huh. What do we think? Heretic Sliver. We'll move on. What is this? This looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. If it's a creature, create a 2/2 white rabbit creature token of lifelink. Oh, bunny. Then if that creature is converted mana cost 3 or less, mana cost. The revealed card isn't a creature card, draw a card. So keep pulling the rabbit out of the hat. Keep pulling something out of the hat until you get the rabbit. Okay, reveal the top card of your library, put it in your hand. If it's a creature card, okay. 3 or less. Pretty good, but it's not really worth it for 5 mana. So for 5 mana, you can convert mana cost 3 or less. I mean, it's converted mana cost 3 or less. If you have 5 mana on the board to play this, you might as well just play that card. I don't know. Cool ability. It's pull something out and reveal it. It does give you a card draw, so these things do replace themselves. Pretty good, I think. I like how the art is like a crowd watching a magic show. Pretty funny. There you go, just in time for the Assassin's Creed Universes Beyond. We've got Pitfall Predator, an Insect Assassin, a Dimensional Mob. So, and it's got Defender. This thing stops making sense the more and more you read it. So let's go back to the top. Golgari colors, Insect Assassin with Defender. When Delusional Mawbug, whoever the hell that is, ETBs, enters the battlefield as faced as a 2/2 creature. So it's pointless. When Delusional Mawbug. What's Delusional Mawbug? What has it got against it? So it turns a Mawbug face up. And its third ability is the only one that actually does something for itself. So to give it any kind of attacking viability, you have to pay 1 black to turn it face down as a 2/2 creature. Dimensional Mawbug. This card is so bad. It has 2 abilities that target other specific cards. Let's go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Anybody remember Griffin Wing? It was a trap card that came in the Pegasus Precon deck that negated your opponent's Harpy's Feather Duster. Nobody ran it. And that card got bounced out of the game when the ban list and banned Harpy's Feather Duster. I'm turning into a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. All my Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge is coming back. What do we think? The Mawbug. Yes, this magic was totally unbalanced until to have this targeted Mawbug remover. I hope Mawbug is in this deck of AI cards. That'd be fun. So, turn Delusional Mawbug face up. If a creature is face down, doesn't it lose its name? So how can you turn it face up if it's face down? If it's a 2/2 creature, does it still exist as that card perpetually? This is just art. A weird steampunk demon thing. Incursion demon. Did we look at this last night? 2 mana. Enters the battlefield, 2 damage, target creature or player. Beginning of your end step, if Incursion demon is on the battlefield, upload it. It's like a Kamigawa reject, Neon Dynasty. Upload your Mawbug with your Incursion demon. It's got cool art. 2 mana, 2/2 haste. So it's a better Grizzly Bear. It ETBs and deals 2 damage and it has haste, so it's pretty good. So 2 mana, you're doing 4 damage. is on the battlefield. Upload it. So what do we think uploading means? I wonder what that can mean. Maybe it's a alchemy card that puts a digital token into the deck that you can use, hence getting uploaded. I mean, go look at some of the original 2-drop red guys from this early on in the game, like Alpha Beta, Iron Claw Orcs. It's a 2-mana, red grizzly bear with a horrible condition, can't block creatures power 2 or less. I mean, the game's come a long way, but this guy is something. Again, pretty cool art. Just wonder what upload does. There's that Viashino, the lizard. It enters the battlefield, there's 2 damage, target opponent, but it doesn't have haste. But that's a 2/1. So this is similar to that, but again, the upload ability. Rear Clock, 5-mana world artifact. They used to have world enchantments, so maybe that's a callback here. Scry X is 5 minus the number of cards in your hand. Yeah, Modern Horizons 3 is Modern Horizons 3, nothing in that makes me go, oh my god, broken, horrible. I mean, big, fat, expensive Eldrazi that are commander cards. It's like they call it Modern Horizons 3, but to me it looks like it's just more commander support. Let's see, Rear Clock. X is 5 minus number of cards in your hand. Okay. This clock or another artifact that's battle of your control. Target opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life for each creature you control. That's stupid. When it's just a battle. Wow. So play creatures, just continually creature you control. Wow. This artifact is dumb. It's 5 mana, so at least it's got a decent. You got to pay a lot into it first. In Commander, this can hit the board pretty often. Non-token, another artifact. Whenever Rear Clock or another artifact is out of your control. Yeah. Wow. Wow, you get 2 life for each creature you control. Kalaka, Warrior Beast. How many fingers does Kalaka have? She's got 5, alright. Let's see, Soulbound. I always mean to say Soulbound. Soulbound, Kalaka, Warrior Beast is paired with another creature, both have haste. When Kalaka, Warrior Beast dies, destroy target creature an opponent controls. That's pretty good. It's like a fake imitation death touch, but doesn't have to touch anything. What do we think here? A 1-drop. A 1-drop with Soul Bond. I don't think there was any 1-drop Soul Bonds. Okay. It's paired with another creature. Both creatures have haste. Pretty good. As either enters the battlefield, brain paired. Wow. So you have this on the board. You later on in the game, you cast a big boy. That's got big power and toughness. Like Atraxa, have this on the board. Cast your Atraxa, pair this with Atraxa, has haste, get in. And go off with Atraxa. I like the art. Definitely a warrior with a beast in the background. What is going on here? Kelminiel, Blade to Behold. There you go. Gotta love aristocrat decks. Alright, we got a lot wrong here. 5 mana, artifact creature is a sliver, but it looks like a lion. Additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice 5 slivers. Why would you do that? Indestructible double strike. Pretty good. Attacks. 1/0 for each sliver card in your graveyard until end of turn. Oh, pretty good. If you control no other slivers other than this, sack it. So at ETB, sack your dudes. And if you don't have any more dudes, he dies. In a sliver deck, you have plenty of options. Sliver decks basically build themselves. Wow. 10-5 double strike. I didn't even realize that. For each sliver card in your graveyard. Oh man, does he have haste? No, it doesn't have haste. So if you pair this with a Soul Bond card from the previous slide, you can oh, there's more 1 mana Soul Bonds. Oh, he taught me something. 3. Okay, I couldn't think of any. Soul Bond, I think, was pretty jank. I don't think it's, to my knowledge, I don't think it saw any competitive play. It came out in Evasive Restored. I think it then saw some life in reprints and Commander decks. What do we think here of this lion that's actually a sliver that can swing for lethal? Power creep of slivers is real. Oh, right. Yeah, flying haste sliver. True, I forgot about that. The slivers all buff each other, so that'll definitely do it. All right. Got a generic looking demon. Let's see. Okay, whenever it attacks, defending player sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up. Defending player sacrifices half the creatures. Wow. For each creature sacked this way, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh, man. Okay. Thank you, Solo. I always appreciate commenters in the chat and comments that have knowledge of the game and other cards. I'm the same way, and it goes a long way. It shows the depth and knowledge of the game. You think Kidivai over here is not broken? I think he's right on point. He's 8 mana, 6/6, attacks, defending player, sacks. I feel like there's nothing, and he's basically got Annihilator. Yeah, this could be a standard card, the power creep in standard. Yeah, and even when their opponent's creatures die. Oh, so he ETBs, his second ability is going off too. Creature opponent control dies, your opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So you're cleaning up with this dude. Defending player sacks half the creatures they control rounded up. For each creature sacked this way. Wow. That is broken. Yeah, it is. It didn't need the second ability. I mean, it's powerful enough, and the fact that it's trample and haste. Oh, man. Yeah, he's a Phyrexian Obliterator and a whole bunch of other things round up into one. He's got a built-in Meat Hook Massacre kind of thing going on. What do we think? 5 creatures, 7 mana for 12 damage. Korlashi Dragon. Okay. Okay, what's wrong with this picture? 2 mana, Sliver. All Sliver creatures have haste. But his name is not Sliver. He's a dragon. But all Slivers have haste. The dragon gives Slivers haste. One of the AI cards I saw on X a while back, it gave, it's a frog that buffs Slivers. Yeah, this is very Sliver, very on point. Pretty funny. It's just generic dragon. Yeah, turn 4 combos. Not fun. Yeah, standard sucks right now. I mean, even Timeless on Arena. Timeless, I have less of a gripe with because you expect that level of power in Timeless. The stuff they do in Standard now, though, is just broken junk. There's what, 4 or 5 years worth of cards in Standard rotation now. So I'm looking forward to rotation and really changing things up. Look at this guy. Kraken of the Hunt. He's definitely a Kraken. ETB, destroy all the creatures. Okay. So we're getting a lot of big body dudes that enter the battlefield and do stuff. It feels like these can all be part of a cycle. We just had that demon. Now we got this guy. Wow. Enters the battlefield, destroy all other creatures. I guess, what's his name? Bruno Stromkirk. He got a new friend. It's a Kraken. Enters the battlefield. Wow. How about this? Excuse me. Long day. Holy crap. Lord of Punishment. What's going on with this guy's face? He looks like somebody lost to a show and tell deck. Not me. That's never happened to me. I've lost other degeneracy in an arena. I had a guy play Vito, the Duskthorn, whatever, that 3-drop from M21 or whatever. And he had the Sanguine Bond. Remember, player lose table. What color has been entirely printable to that dinosaur except it isn't one-sided? Yeah. Let's see. So Lord of Punishment. It looks like it's got a cat face going on. What's going on here? 8, 9, 10, 11 mana for a demon. That's on it's on par for a demon. And then we've got Lord of Punishment deals 3 damage. Whenever Lord of Punishment deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3. I'm lagging. It says I'm dropping frames. Let's see. Oh, stupid. Let's see. How's this looking? How about now? Do the lag subside? Why? It says good connection, live. Yeah, there's definitely a lag. How about now? Alright, I'll wrap it up soon. Okay. You need to pay 3 for the pox after effect. Yeah. Whenever Lord of Punishment deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 3. If you do, target player sacks artifact, creature, and enchantment, and oh, he does all of them. That's a lot of mana for this guy, though. And it's combat damage. He doesn't even have trample. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do with this guy. I mean, you could definitely break him and commander. Maybe some older formats, but that's a lot of mana. Target player sacks an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a land. Is that worth it, though? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Almost 14 mana to do all that. Yeah, I'll pass on this demon. If he had trample, I'd think about it, but you gotta clear the board. You gotta clear the way to make this guy viable in any way. Alright. Mana Flux Geyser. Let's see. 5 mana, trample, add an amount of red equal to the number of lands that were tapped for mana by all players this turn to your... Wow. The mana generated this way exceeds Mana Flux Geyser's toughness. Sacrifice and deal damage. This is horrible. This is really bad. So pay red, tap it, add red equal to the number of lands that were tapped for mana by all players this turn to your mana pool. So chances are your opponent's going to be more than 4. The amount of mana generated this way exceeds its toughness. So if more than 4 mana was produced, this guy's going to just hurt you. So he's Clumsy Cleric's cousin as well. Second cousin damaging you. So if you got 2 other people tapped out, tap 2 mana, you use the ability, then yeah, you'll be fine. 2 to 3. But more than trash. Turn 1 mana into 8. Well, I guess you'll still get the mana, but you got to sacrifice and it deals that damage to you. But if you want to gain all that mana, just it's worth taking it on the chin, I suppose. All right, look what happened to Mark Rosewater over here. Mercolarian Morrow? Green, arm noble. Why not just a noble? So he's got creatures types, but he's got planeswalker pips. Can that work functionally within the game? Planeswalker pips, but it's a creature. No, he can't be a creature because he would hit the board, he would die because he has no power and toughness. Or just an ineligible card that you can't even use. So it deals 2 damage to target black creature. There's a lot going on there. I'll leave that to the imagination. Exile target creature with power 3 or less and you draw a card. That is just stupid. But yeah, that's a lot of mana. If you want to look up an old black mana source land, look up a land called Lake of the Dead. You can sacrifice a swamp to add 3 black to your mana pool. Or is it 4? I used to have one, I don't remember, but yeah, this is trash. Exile target with power 3 or less. So, what's going on with the art? What happened to Morrow? Morrow dresses like your dad with the his generic sneakers. Such a plain, boring-looking guy. Yeah, but he's non-planeswalker, but it says creature. Wouldn't he just die upon hitting the table? Creatures have to have power and toughness. Like, is that a firm rule? Creatures have to have power and toughness. If it has none, you can't use it. How would this thing jive? What do we think? All right. So definitely interesting. I guess 1 green, maybe because of the Morrow green card itself. All right. Yeah, League of the Dead. I had 2 of them. I gave one to a friend for Christmas. I kept one, and last year I traded it to a friend for some. He bought me some I traded it to him in exchange for a bunch of vintage packs. Let's see, the great work. This art is looking cool. It's got the what is it? Shadows over Innistrad set symbol. Great work, enters the battlefield tapped. Add generic, we'll add waste. Sack it. Pay 6 sack. Exile target creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a construct of lifelink. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you return the exiled creature card to the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. Okay, it's pretty good, but that's 6 mana though. You can usually reanimate for cheaper than 6 mana. This isn't worth the squeeze, I don't think. It's too slow. ETB tapped. Exile something from the yard. You can return the exiled creature card to the battlefield under your control. It gains haste and life. Haste. Yeah, lifelink could be too busted. What do we think of this guy? It's a great work. Again, it's got cool art. Yeah, use it with an Eldrazi. Or you can bring back something like the Phyrexian. What's the big guy? It's in standard currently. Whenever it's dealt damage, target player sacks that many permanents. Yeah, that's true. With Exhume, you can spend 2 mana to just reanimate anything. But what's... shit. Phyrexian Obliterator. So this is going to be good with that. Yeah, Entomb, reanimate. So turn 1, Dark Ritual, 1 black, cast Entomb, pitch a big boy to the yard, use the remaining 2 flana, making up words. Use the remaining 2 mana to reanimate whatever you pitch to the yard. Faithless Looting, yeah, I definitely miss Faithless Looting. Casey, what up, my friend? Why are you not a mod? I gotta change that. Trying to give... Oh no, I gotta go to the thing here. What up, Casey? Leave a like. Tell your friends. Won't really help. We all know the same people. Stream died. Eh? I'm live still. Do y'all not see me? Is this still going? Yeah. This thing's all weird. Alright, I'll just carry on for now. I'm not sure what's going on. Alright. I'm going to do a few more, then call it a night. Let's call it 3 more. Oh no, did I skip one? I can't tell. I like this guy, though. This guy's scary. I'm going to bed after this. This guy's going to haunt me. Natural Sergeant? He's definitely natural, but why is he a sergeant? Okay, so we got an 8 mana. Flash, lifelink, ETB. Each player chooses a creature they control, then sacrifices the rest. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. AI sucks and is taking over. Yeah, AI is a... Let's see if I can close some things out. Discord. Why do I have 17 elements of Discord open. Let's see. Let's just end task. Streaming takes a lot out on your computer. I encourage all of you to do content creation if you haven't tried it. Getting in bed with Sergeant. Why does it say I have 11 Brave browsers open? You suck. Let's just end that task. Let's try that. Alright. Hang on. Yeah, this dude's definitely creepy looking. YouTube. Let's see. Go away. I will say, though, to go back to Casey's point, AI can be shitty a lot of times. There's tons of YouTube videos about how to make, 10,000 create 10,000 AI shorts. It's just like generic junk of pictures of landscape that people just pass through in the shorts and leave a like, and it's just thoughtless crap. So there was a lot of junk from AI. Me, I'm just taking these cards. A lot of times these cards, from my experience, there's just that Nikachu guy, then there's, they're just posted on X, and people are like, oh, ha, look at these, and that's the extent of it, and I want to get these out there and just laugh at them with people. So we got Sergeant, Flash, Lifelink, enter the battlefield, each player chooses a creature they control and sacks the rest. This guy's mean. Jeez, how'd you like him to be your Sergeant? I like the look. This is like something you would see in Innistrad, I would think. I definitely like this. This is cool looking. Flash and Lifelink. So you get attacked. Put this guy on the board. So you got a bunch of dudes coming at you. Your opponent, you're going to gain some life. Each player, wait. What if he's your only creature? He enters the battlefield, you cast him. Each player chooses a creature they control, then sacks the rest. So I choose him and sack the remainder. But he's all my creatures. So would he sack himself? So is this guy technically useless? Does he result in himself getting sacked if he's the only creature you control? What do you guys think? Move on. What was that? 3, 4? There he is. We saw this art from earlier. Necro Steampunk Ghostfire Sovereign. Legendary artifact creature, Dragon God Lich. When it enters the battlefield, become the monarch. At your upkeep, if you're the monarch, create a 1/1 blue Thopter token with flying. Okay. Pay 2 life from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's a lot of work for a 3/3 that just gives you Thopters. You figure as big and scary as he looks in his art, he would be more powerful? So... You're right over there, Solo. Enter the battlefield, you become monarch. All right. Beginning of your upkeep, if you're the monarch, create a Thopter with flying. Pay Jameer 2 life, graveyard of the battlefield tapped. So as long as you're the monarch, you get Thopters. And then if something happens to him, you can reanimate him. Okay. It's not bad. I don't know why he's called Ghoulfire when he's a Dragon God Lich. This is the worst god ever. This guy's crap. 2-mana Monarch OP. Yeah, I suppose. I didn't mess around with too many Monarch cards. Alright. Gay looking god. Hey, now you hear about what the Pope said about the gay community recently? Oh boy. Needles of Thaustitia. This is like turning into a spelling bee for me. What the fuck? Look at this ability. Look at this art. Oh man, I'd rather have a dino. Red sources you control of tap, you gain 3 life. That's just crazy. So mono red burn. Well, it would have to be a. Oh, it would have to be a Rakdos build, like a Rakdos sack build. So now you're gaining life from your red sources. This guy's bonkers. 2 mana, 2/1. Red sources you control have you gain 3 life. Okay. What do we think? Of Needle. So Mike Tyson. Talk like Mike Tyson. Punch him in the testicles. Needle the sausage. Lands are colorless. You know, when I was a kid, I don't know why, I had it in my head that lands were the color that they produced. So if somebody cast a card, return all blue cards to their owner's hand, I was like, shit. And then I would pull all my islands back to my hand. And nobody ever corrected me. Years later, I learned that they're actually colorless. Yeah, if he's in a mono black deck, like mono black by himself, he's completely useless. He's a 2 mana, 2/1. He's a grizzly bear. He's a less than grizzly bear with 1 toughness. So red sources gain 3 life. So you can make a bunch of red tokens. He's making gobbo tokens. This guy's taking you places. All right, we'll round it up to 11:20 and call it a night. So this is our last one. Nether Plane Despoiler. Nightmare Horror. So the name, Nether Plane Despoiler, it's got a very nightmare vibe. So we got a 6 mana chunky boy. Flying Death Touch. ETB. Each opponent sacks 2 creatures. For each creature sacked this way, create a tap 2/2 black nightmare creature token with flying. Beginning of your upkeep, you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So, yeah, I lied. I was rounding it up to 11:20. What's the clumsy cleric? Oops, I did it again. Flavor text. Clumsy cleric. I can't get the card out of my head. Just the battlefield, sacks 2 creatures. For each creature sacked this way, create zombies. No, zombies. Better Grave Titan, you think so? Yeah, he does have Death Touch. Wow. He's the same mana and he's flying. Yeah, definitely. Grave Titan's replacement. Grave Titan was a beast back in the day when it was a standard. Beginning of your upkeep, return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's bringing stuff back. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent sacks 2 creatures. For each creature, you get a nightmare with flying. So a very commander-centric card. The art is on point, being a nightmare horror, and he's got the name Netherplane Despoiler. Just one thing about this AI art, though. You can tell it's definitely AI. It just kind of mashes together and pulls up generic sci-fi elements, fantasy with little like galaxies and cosmoses between its horns. So a lot of the AI art, you can tell what is AI. It's cool looking, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of a bunch of big blob of nothing in some parts of the card. And yeah, this ETB is definitely cracked. As our dude at the bottom is saying, this is fine. What do we got? Chat rate. Okay. I'm just looking at some metrics here. All right. The other effect is that one of the Wilds of Eldraine enchant adventure cards on a creature. Yeah. So graveyard to your hand. I always found that like raised. It's a decent card to get a dude back, but I'd rather just. I never liked those cards returned from graveyard to your hand. Gravedigger, Raise Dead. I want it on the battlefield. I mean, I'll just wait till I draw that card, pay the extra mana, get the dude back on the board. Just a lot of work. All right. As promised, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to do my best to get these streams at a a non-weird schedule at a regular time. Leave a comment on this video with any suggestions when it would be an ideal time to stream, things I can do and change. I'm teaching myself a lot of the stuff, and what you see here with OBS, it's all self-taught using YouTube videos on how-tos. If you have any suggestions you'd like to see or anything at all, just let me know. And I got to do late night EDH tomorrow night. Ooh, good for you. You're part of DJ crews now. DJ's crew. Good for you. Those are good guys. I'm glad I linked you up with them, DJ Longhair. He's definitely a fun channel to hang around with. I guess I'm gonna leave it here. Oxygen, recent. I believe you subscribed tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by, leaving a sub, and coming by. It really means a lot to me. I do my part to get to know and engage with my viewers and commenters. Solo and I chatted up on Discord. Yeah, I'm pulling for you, dude. Let me know what you're playing, and I will always win. Good for you. I've heard that DJ's EDH games are at a high power level. Those games they're way too late for me. They're late night on the West Coast, so they're going to be like 1, 2, like 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, and I'm not doing it. Red Wedding, 3RR, red legendary enchantment, cumulative upkeep, red, all permanents are red. Pay X life, sack a permanent with mana, cost X, gain. Is this... It is high power level, yeah. I'm small brain with Commander. Casey, what's Red Wedding? Is that a card you made? Or like the Game of Thrones Red Wedding? Let me know. All right, gentlemen, I am going to leave it here for realsies this time. Leave your thoughts in the comments, in the chat. Reach out to me on Discord. Comment on one of my other videos, my nightly shorts. Let's get my channel up to 1,000 subs. We'll do it together. I want to engage and be a man of the people, for the people, laughing with the people. Working backwards. Casey, you can do like a card creator, I think. A cardsmith and create your own card. I'd love to see it. I'll even do it on the channel. If you guys want to create your own cards and send them to me, I'll take a look at them. It's actually a good idea. User submission. People create their own cards, send them to me, I review them. I'll definitely do that. Yes, check the stream near the end if you want to see the jank. All right, for realsies, working backwards. So Casey, thanks for coming through. Oxygen, new viewer, thanks for coming around and hanging around this whole time. Much appreciated. Come back for more. Solo, thanks for hanging out all night long again. Well, it wasn't that late. Thanks for passing through. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for your commentary. Always appreciate your knowledge of the game and all the cards. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye-bye. Casey.